Look at your arm. That small welt, red and slightly swollen, is from a bedbug that did not sting you. It stabbed you, with its reproductive organ. That is not a metaphor. The bedbug does not have a conventional opening to receive sperm. The male simply picks a spot on the female's abdomen, punctures the cuticle with a hardened, needle-shaped organ, and injects directly into her body cavity. Biologists call it traumatic insemination. The female's immune system spends the next several days fighting the wound, while sperm migrate through her bloodstream to her ovaries. That is one animal, on one Tuesday morning, on your mattress. The animal kingdom runs on one currency: pass your genes forward. Everything else, comfort, longevity, the male's continued survival, is optional. And when you start pulling on that thread, the rituals that unravel are not poetic. They are mechanical, cold, and by any standard you'd use for your own body, brutal. Start with the praying mantis, because everyone has heard the story, and almost everyone has heard it wrong. The female does not always eat the male. In the wild, it happens in roughly 25% of encounters, not every time. But that 25% is not an accident or a malfunction. In laboratory studies published by researchers at the University of Auckland, females that consumed their mates produced more eggs. A male's body, around 140 calories of protein and fat, is absorbed directly into the clutch. He becomes the nutrient base for his own offspring. In a forest where food is scarce, a male that gets eaten passes more genes than a male that escapes. The cannibalism is a feature. His nervous system even continues operating after decapitation, the headless body still locked in the mating posture, still transferring sperm. The head is not required. Now go to the seafloor. Down past 400 meters, where no sunlight reaches, where the pressure would compress your lungs to the size of a fist, lives the deep-sea anglerfish. The female carries a bioluminescent lure dangling from her forehead like a fishing rod grown from bone. She is large, roughly the size of a basketball. The male is the size of your thumb. He hatches without a developed digestive system. He has one biological purpose and a time limit on it: find a female before he starves. When he finds her, he bites in. His jaw fuses to her skin. Over the following weeks, his circulatory system merges with hers. His eyes dissolve. His organs dissolve. His brain dissolves. What remains, permanently attached to her belly, is a pair of testes producing sperm on demand. A single female can carry up to 8 males, each reduced to a small pouch of reproductive tissue. She feeds them through shared blood. They contribute nothing else. Ceratioid anglerfish males are, in the most biological sense possible, consumed by reproduction before the act even occurs. Cross the ocean to a coral reef off the coast of New Zealand. Underneath a ledge, 2 flatworms are circling each other. They are both hermaphroditic, both capable of carrying eggs, and neither one wants to. Producing eggs is expensive. It requires energy, tissue, the full metabolic cost of gestation. Fertilizing eggs costs almost nothing. So when 2 Pseudobaceros hankicanus flatworms meet, they fence. Each extends a 2-headed reproductive organ and attempts to pierce the other's skin first. The contest can last over an hour. Each wound carries the risk of infection. The loser, the one pierced, becomes the mother. The winner swims away lighter, leaving the other to carry the cost. There is no courtship, no display. The ritual is a wound and a retreat. Move inland to the dry scrub of southern Australia. A female redback spider sits at the center of her web. She is, relative to the male, enormous, roughly 100 times his mass. The male approaches with the particular caution of an animal that knows the odds. He deposits sperm, and then he does something that no instinct-only explanation fully accounts for. He somersaults his abdomen directly into her jaws. He facilitates his own consumption. Research published in the journal Behavioral Ecology documented what happens next. Males that are consumed during mating fertilize more eggs than males that escape. The act of being eaten causes the female's body to remain in position longer, extending sperm transfer by as much as 25 minutes compared to encounters where the male survives. The male's body also suppresses the female's tendency to seek additional mates. He is simultaneously food, reproductive signal, and mate competition blocker. The males that evolved to run lived. The males that evolved to somersault left more descendants. After dozens of generations, the somersault won. This is the twist that the word brutal obscures. These are not failures of evolution. They are its precise, unsentimental outputs. The bedbug's needle, the anglerfish's dissolution, the flatworm's fencing blade, the spider's voluntary surrender. Each one is a solution. The problem was always the same: produce offspring at any cost to the individual body. The body is not the point. The body is the vehicle. and vehicles get used up. Biologists call the framework sexual conflict. When the reproductive interests of two animals partially align and partially oppose, the result is an arms race fought inside the mating act itself. The female bedbug evolved thickened cuticle and an immune organ called the spermilge specifically to survive traumatic insemination. The male evolved a sharper needle. The female evolved more spermilge tissue. The male evolved a harder tip. This has been running for tens of millions of years, and neither side has won, because winning would mean the other side goes extinct, and then you go extinct with them. The flatworm has been fencing since before fish had jaws. The anglerfish male has been dissolving since before the first land animal breathed air. The redback has been somersaulting into those jaws for longer than your entire mammalian lineage has existed. These are not aberrations. They are the baseline. The courtship displays, the songs, the dances, the gifts of food that other animals bring to impress a mate, those are the exceptions. What you are looking at in the bedbug, and the anglerfish, and the redback is evolution operating without the social friction that softens it elsewhere. Now look at your arm again. The welt is smaller than it was. Your immune system is handling it. The same system that evolved to fight bacterial infection is now mopping up a reproductive intrusion from an animal that has been doing this to animals like you for roughly 115 million years. You sealed your doors and windows. You bought a mattress encasement. You hired an exterminator. And the bedbug is still in your bedroom, still carrying a needle, still operating on the same logic it has always operated on. It is not trying to hurt you. Your body is just in the way.